Gaige Grosskreutz said the section. Rittenhouse shot and injured Grosskreutz, who approached him shortly after Huber was shot. The criminal complaint alleged. I mean, it's like directly after. It's like literally like a second. Grosskreutz ducked to the ground when Huber was shot and took a step back, according to the complaint. So that's sort of true. I mean, that did occur, but then he immediately goes forward. This is so. Listen to how dishonest they phrase this. Okay, you have to tell me if the live version has changed this or not. He put his hands in the air and then began to move towards Rittenhouse, who then fired one shot, hitting Grosskreutz in the arm, according to the complainant. Grosskreutz was holding a handgun, but had his hands up, the complaint says.
Lies. This is why we have to see when Grosskreutz.
Right.
Look at the picture they put in of Grosskreutz too.
Yeah, looking all sad. He get the sad face. He looks like the Brendan Fraser sad Wojak. So again, if you hadn't seen the video, this paints a lying picture to you. It sounds like, so this is a picture CNN is painting very dishonestly. Okay. It sounds like Grosskreutz is approaching Kyle. Kyle shoots Huber. Grosskreutz ducks to the ground and then puts his hands up, and then Kyle shoots him. That's what it sounds like. Okay?
Yeah.
What actually happened is Grosskreutz charges Kyle. Kyle points his gun at him. Grosskreutz puts his hands up. Kyle moves the gun away.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't know why. There's been speculation that his gun was jammed or something, or that he just wasn't going to shoot him.
No, he's looking for other people trying to kill him.
Oh, you're right.
Like, what are you doing? People. He's like, okay, this guy's fine. Who else is trying? Who's next? Right. Who else is trying to kill me?
I think that's what happened. I don't believe the gun jam story.
Right. Okay. He's looking around. The narrative. He's trying to see who else is trying to kill him. Right. He's like, oh, wait a second. This motherfucker is still trying to kill me.
After, like, literally the second Kyle moves the gun off of Gaige, he puts his hands back down and lunges towards Kyle.
With the gun, he's tipping the gun down towards him. It's so obvious.
And this, and CNN does not include that in the story.
Yes.
He said he put his hands in the air and then began to move towards Rittenhouse.
This is why everyone is just, it's like the guy put his hands up and he shot him anyway.
Yes.
Lies.
But this is the problem, because you have your fucking Anna Kasparians and your Cenk Uygurs and all these other idiots who read this article.
I read CNN, of course. Yeah. I'm telling the truth here.
Like, this is so insane.
Right.
This is some of the most dishonest reporting I've ever seen.
This is
it's all like on Kyle Rittenhouse. I don't understand. Like, Kyle Rittenhouse like triggers something in people's brains and just makes them like become NPC, dishonest, lying pieces of shit.
This is why Christina has her Twitter locked. Right here.
Yeah.
This paragraph right here.
Fuck her.
Like, Jesus. She locked her tweets down because 1 million people read this article and started sending her photographs of not Gaige Grosskreutz crying here in a sling, but photographs of him pointing a gun at Kyle's head.
Yep.
And none of us want to. The thing that's so crazy about this case is none of us want to imagine that we were in Kyle Rittenhouse's situation and did not have the freedom to act in exactly the same way that Kyle Rittenhouse acted. Like, I don't feel like Kyle Rittenhouse did anything I feel like everything he did saved his life.
Yes. And I'm not sure that I would have been able to act as well as Kyle did, either in not hitting other people or even defending myself and not getting, killed.
Hurt. Yes.
Or hurt. Yes. Yeah, no, he did like amazingly well.
Yeah.
It's crazy how well he did in the situation. Grosskreutz ran away from the scene screaming for a medic, according to the complaint. I think about the screams, about the gunshots. I think about everything all the time, Grosskreutz told CNN's Sarah Snyder on a September 2020 interview. This is something that either you let consume you or you need to become stronger because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Grosskreutz was wearing his paramedic hat at the time. He said his goal during the protest was to provide medical care to anyone who needed it. He had previously trained as a paramedic before deciding to attend a liberal arts college in Wisconsin.
This is so crazy because this is Kyle Rittenhouse's story to a T.
I know.
How is that not different from Kyle Rittenhouse's story right there?
I know. That's what I was about to say. They don't mention that Kyle Rittenhouse was also trying to be a paramedic and help people.
And was trained as an EMT as well. Introduced himself as an EMT.
Right. They don't show that Gaige talked to Kyle right before and asked him what he was doing, and he said he's going to the police.
Yeah.
No.
We got to stop this EMT on EMT violence, man. We got this needs to end.
I'm gonna skip down to where it says last under the picture, the big picture from Crying, where it says last month. Last month, Grosskreutz also sued the city and county of Kenosha and many of its officers, alleging Kenosha law enforcement officers and white nationalist militia persons discussed and coordinated a strategy that led to the shooting.
So he still believes that they're white nationalists. What a
or he's saying so for the complaints. He's trying to make it as bad as possible
to milk some money out of the city.
Yes, yeah, to pay for his injuries. The lawsuit said Grosskreutz had a tourniquet in his medic bag that night he was shot, adding, but for his training as an EMT, Grosskreutz would have likely been Rittenhouse's third killing.
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless, Grosskreutz' life has been changed immeasurably. CNN reached out to the former police chief, city of Kenosha, and the police department. An attorney representing the Kenosha County Sheriff and the county said they plan to file a motion dismissing the case, obviously. Grosskreutz said while he was also armed during the night of the protest, he did not fire his weapon. I was there to help people, not hurt people.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And it's so funny because, even with the gun, if he had simply backed up, Kyle he'd be fine. Kyle would not have shot him. He would have been totally fine.
Yeah. Why didn't he say, let's turn yourself in. Let's go to the police together? Why didn't he say that?
Right.
Yeah.
Making me lose faith in humanity now.
Oh, I can't wait for tomorrow. I really can't.
I know. Sad.
I listened to one of the panels today, Viva Fry and Viva Fry was on the panel. I can't remember the other. I apologize to the other attorneys. Obviously there was, Nate the lawyer was on, Viva Fry was on. There's a lady attorney. I can't remember her name.
Legal Bites.
There you go. Yeah. I think it was on her channel too.
Mm-hmm.
And, they were talking about, tomorrow is the last day for the prosecution, and Grosskreutz is the last witness that they'll call. So it should be late in the day.
Right.
Unless he's there for the first witness they call and they're almost done. Who else could they call?
Well, let me think. Wait, they only have one more day of witness testimony?
That's what they said. Yeah.
Huh.
That's what Legal Bites said. So.
Well, okay, that makes more sense because Rakita was saying, and Nate was saying, that they wouldn't be surprised if after the prosecution rests that the defense doesn't ask for, I forget what it's called. It's like the criminal version of a summary judgment.
Right. They say, you've heard everything. Just dismiss this. This is ridiculous. Right. We shouldn't be here. But I do not believe that the judge is going to do that because the judge is concerned about the credibility. He wants to put this on the jury. He wants to be able to say a jury came back and found him not guilty.
No, yeah, you're right. But if we look at it from a purely legal sense, they haven't proved anything remotely with their case because what they have to prove is that Kyle was acting unreasonable. Okay.
Right. And that he showed reckless abandon for human life. There's all these different things that they haven't proved one fucking iota.
But so what has the state proved with their own witness testimony?
Nothing.
They proved that Rosenbaum was acting violent the entire night, that Rosenbaum threatened Kyle Rittenhouse directly.
Right.
Okay? They proved that Rittenhouse was the one that initiated the chase
and lunged for the gun.
And that Kyle did his duty to flee and that he lunged for the gun. And then that the other people that Kyle shot, it was after he was attacked and on the ground. And he only shot the people that attacked him and didn't shoot someone who put their hands up and moved away from him. Okay. The state hasn't proven jack shit at all.
Nothing.
They've done they've done like the word. This is like, they've done a horrible job proving their case.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no. I don't think I don't think there's a chance in hell that the judge is going to just dismiss this. He's going to make it go to the jury. He's worried about credibility and the credit.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have a ring of credibility if the judge just says, I've heard enough, and takes it away from the jury. No way.
Right.
There's no way that's going to happen.
You're right in terms of like, I think you're right. I don't think he will. But I think in a perfect world, he would. Like if he wasn't worried about appearances, if it was being ruled strictly on a matter of law, I think the judge would. Completely.
These judges, man, they have so much fucking power. They really do. It's now you know why the politics around them are so heavy, because
Right.
like even if the jury comes back and finds him guilty, I mean, he's in charge of sentencing, and I don't think they're going to find him guilty of the intentional homicide. I don't think they're going to find that. If they find him guilty, they're going to find him guilty on reckless endangerment, and the judge is going to have to dole out a sentence, 12 to whatever years.
Directed verdict. Thank you, Sean Nolan. Yeah, that's what it's called. Directed verdict. Direct verdict is a ruling entered by a trial judge after determining there is no legally sufficient evidentiary basis for a reasonable jury to reach a different conclusion. Yeah, he should, but they said that they thought it was a 20% chance that he would do it. I don't think it's that high, but
yeah, I think it's a 0%, but I don't know.
The judge can't do that unless there is a motion and there's no dispute of the facts. Yeah, no, I understand that.
They are kind of disputing the facts, aren't they?
Yeah, but I think I don't know. Ricada said, or Nate said, one of them said that they can ask for this without the defense can ask for this without being penalized. So it's not like they don't lock themselves in if they ask for directed verdict. They're not like locking themselves in to accept the facts. At least that's how they described it.
Grumpy DPU is saying that this was all a big misunderstanding, a complete misunderstanding here. Complete miscommunication.
Rumply DPU for $5 says Rittenhouse is guilty. Clearly entrapment. No way Rosenbaum could resist a young boy walking by saying he's friendly.
So you're saying that when he said friendly, that he
was soliciting
Rosenbaum perceives this as a solicitation for a date.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
He's like, hell yeah. Oh, you like to play hard to get, do you?
I know.
Oh, that's awful.